A climate crisis is no longer on the way. It is already here, affecting every continent, every country at risk. Now, a new COP, a new dawn. After the optimism of last year's conference in Glasgow, the UN says it has been a wasted year. Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt is about getting back on track. And despite first saying he would not attend, the UK's new Prime Minister has come. Rishi Sunak has made this his first global address.
Climate security goes hand in hand with energy security. Putin's abhorrent war in Ukraine and rising energy prices across the world are not a reason to go slow on climate change. They are a reason to act faster.
By making the decision to come to Cop27 after all, the Prime Minister has the chance to meet and listen to the leaders of those countries already suffering the effects of our changing climate.
What Rishi Sunak is hearing here is a demand for loss and damage reparations. Those nations suffering most want the wealthiest countries to pay up for polluting the planet.
Africa only contributes no more than 2.8% of historical emissions in the world, but it suffers disproportionately from that. And we at the African Development Bank, we had estimated how much Africa actually loses as a result of climate change. It goes from anything between $1.3 trillion to $1.6 trillion by 2030.
The cost of loss and damage is eye-watering, but the cost of not committing is worse for nations like Somalia, where a quarter of the population has already lost farming land to deadly drought.
We shall see a lot of security and climate and conflicts because the people are dependent on the issues of food security. If they don't get those food securities, then they will fight each other because of scarce resources.
So you're already seeing climate refugees, climate wars.
This is already happening in Somalia.
Representatives from the Maasai community have come here to tell the world what they're facing.
Right now we have very severe droughts. You know, water is life. We are having very serious issue with accessing water. And, you know, before we could talk about accessing safe and clean water, today we are talking about accessing water at all.
Any water?
Any water.
The warnings could not be more stark.
We are in the fight of our lives and we are losing. Greenhouse gas emissions keep growing. Global temperatures keep rising.
But the richest nations are coy when asked about paying for the damage.
President Macron, is France committed to loss and damages reparations? Excuse me, Ursula von der Leyen, what needs to be committed at this COP? What commitment needs to be made? Mr. Sanchez, is Spain committed to loss and damage reparations?
Every world leader comes here knowing exactly what's at stake. The next fortnight will be a test of their true commitment to stop talking and take action. Because the 26 COPs before this one prove that warm words alone do nothing to cool the climate.